Delhi drowns in monsoon mayhem. The big urban collapse caught for the world to see. Rain brings Delhi to its knees once again.
ये पेड़ जो है, ये सड़क और ये फुटपाथ के बीच में ये पेड़ था और किसी को भी इतना शायद अंदाजा नहीं रहा होगा कि ये पेड़ इस तरीके से अचानक ये गिर जाएगा.
Capital battles a big deluge. India Today reports from flooded streets.
यहाँ की क्या कंडीशन है आप देखिए. ये पूरा का पूरा ये जो एरिया है ये पानी से पूरी तरीके से ये सड़क डूब गई है.
It's a top focus on 5 Live.
Very good evening and thank you for tuning into 5 Live. I'm Suesha Sawant and I'm here at one of the key arterial roads in the national capital. This is the Outer Ring Road and to be precise, I'm standing somewhere which is the area between Greater Kailash 1 and Greater Kailash 2. While these are the poshest areas in the national capital, but it hasn't been an easy day for Delhiites, for those living in the NCR, because we see several of these areas that continue to be waterlogged and it has not been good. The traffic snarls that completely took over the city, how many of these paths were inundated. Here you see the water that is still collected in many of these areas. So many of these open wires that are just lying and can be extremely unsafe. In fact, it is not the first time, because earlier as well there have been incidents of when these wires have been exposed in the rains and unfortunately some people have been electrocuted. Here you see the drainage system, and why I say this, because the key companies, corporate hubs, you see the kind of traffic that is plying on this road. It has been slow, it has been extremely difficult for people to be able to commute through the day, and this is the condition that Delhi has been witnessing since this morning. Many of the paths that we've been playing out reports since this morning from across Delhi, from across Noida and Gurugram, where the situation has not been good. In fact, if you could just take a look at how those wires are lying exposed, how water is logged in many of these areas, how many of these manholes are open, and see the kind of traffic, see how it is for the bikers who are plying in the city. In fact, there was an extremely unfortunate incident that also happened because a tree fell, a car that completely was crushed. This happened in Kalkaji, and also a biker who lost his life. We are going to get you all these ground reports, and of course many of my colleagues who continue to stay live with us through the broadcast to take you through the latest as we first take a quick check of the headlines we are tracking for you this evening. Top Court yet to give relief to dog lovers. Supreme Court wraps local authorities for inaction in case, says authorities should have implemented rules. Massive cloudburst in Kishtwar, Jammu and Kashmir. 23 dead in Kishtwar cloudburst. NDRF and SDRF teams with choppers deployed. Prime Minister assures all possible aid. Operation Sindoor's heroes awarded gallantry awards on the eve of Independence Day. 1 Shaurya Chakra, 9 Veer Chakras and 26 Vayu Sena medals announced for the air warriors involved in Operation Sindoor. Big blow to actor Darshan in murder case. Supreme Court cancels. High Court bail granted to actor Darshan. Both Darshan and his partner Pavitra have now been arrested. Most explosive Dharamsthala testimony on India Today. Whistleblower unmasked for the first time. Dharamsthala's darkest secrets that are out. Like I said, our focus will be on what Delhiites and those living in the NCR had to go through all through this morning. It is a busy day, it is a weekday, offices that were very much on, schools that were very much on, but it wasn't a good situation for commuters because many of these areas that were inundated, that were waterlogged, not that they are low-lying areas, but the fact that there isn't a proper drainage system, and that happens to be the biggest problem. And of course, how negligence time and again has claimed lives of those who are vulnerable, how these wires that continue to be in the open, and how civic amenities once again are in question when we see that this happens to be a key area, a key arterial road where you see that the traffic is moving. Of course, now it's opening up, but again, during peak hours, it is difficult. And let's not forget how the management is, where we see that the key corporate offices and the top residential buildings and homes that are spaced out here. In fact, like I said, I'm between GK1 and GK2, but the situation that is certainly not looking good, just given the fact that we aren't prepared. We aren't prepared to be able to wither what happens when it begins to rain, and it begins to rain so much. Gurugram, in fact, that was literally under the water, and it is called Sinking City for a reason, because while it is mockingly said that it turns into Venice, during the rains, this is exactly what the situation was. It was pouring heavily. Similar was the case in Noida. Let's take a look at what really happened through the day in this next report.
Delhi battling a deadly deluge once again. After a violent thunderstorm swept across Delhi NCR, leading to heavy rains, waterlogging, gusts of wind and chaos, in South Delhi's Kalkaji, tragedy struck. A massive tree, weakened by a soaked soil and uprooted by the wind, fell directly on two bike riders. The horror was caught on CCTV. The biker lost his life. His daughter was critically injured. She was trapped beneath the branches and was rescued.
जो तमाम पेड़ के जो टहनियां हैं, जो हिस्से हैं, ये पूरी तरीके से हरा भरा है पेड़, और अचानक से ये जब भरभरा कर गिरा तो स्कूटी सवार जो लोग थे उनके पास बिल्कुल भी वक्त नहीं था।
माँ बाप बेटी थी, उन्हीं पे पेड़ गिरा बिल्कुल सेंटर में। हमने काफी कोशिश करी, बहुत सारे लड़के थे, बहुत सारों ने कोशिश करी, लेकिन ये पेड़ हिला नहीं क्योंकि पेड़ बहुत भारी था।
Across the city, chaos reigned, with commuters struggling on inundated roads. Many struggled through waist-deep water. Several stalled vehicles clogged the streets. Many were towed.
Near Dhaula Kuan, near BLK Hospital, which takes you towards the Lutyens zone of the national capital. A typical example of what needs to be done in the national capital in terms of reworking on drainage. That example is again in front of our eyes.
In neighboring Gurugram, which has earned the dubious tag of Sink City, rains led to severe waterlogging. Choked neighborhoods were under knee-deep water.
दिल्ली एनसीआर में इस तरह के हालात पैदा हो सकते हैं। आज भी मौसम विभाग ने भारी बारिश की चेतावनी दिल्ली एनसीआर के साथ साथ गुरुग्राम में भी जारी की है, जिसके बाद आप साफ तौर से देख सकते हैं कि सुबह 5 बजे से ये बारिश जारी है और कई इलाकों में, दर्जनों इलाकों में जो निचले इलाके हैं वहां पे भारी जलभराव की स्थिति साफ तौर से देखी जा सकती है।
Met Department clocked more than usual rainfall. There may be more in store for Delhi, as the Met Department has predicted heavy rains until Sunday. With Amit Bhardwaj, Himanshu Mishra and Neeraj Vashisht, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, so I first want to cut across to my colleagues who are with us on the broadcast. From Nizamuddin, Aishwarya, who's reporting live, Sushant joining us from ITO in Delhi, Aman Bhardwaj, who's joining us from Chandigarh, and Neeraj Vashisht, who joins us from Gurugram. Sushant, if I could come to you first, especially also to get details on what had happened in Kalkaji this morning, where that tree was uprooted because of the impact of the rains, and unfortunately a biker who lost his life, a car that completely got crushed.
अबल सुरेशा, जो ये घटना हुई पूरे कालकाजी के अंदर, जिस तरीके से ये घटना हुई, बीचों बीच सड़क के अंदर पेड़ था, वो अचानक से जब ट्रैफिक का मूवमेंट हुआ उसी वक्त वो पेड़ जो है वो एक बाइक सवार पर जाकर के गिरा, जिसकी मौके पर ही मौत हो गई। हालांकि लोगों ने बचाने की कोशिश जरूर की, लेकिन वो बच नहीं पाया। उनके साथ ही उनकी बच्ची भी जो है वो मौजूद थी, वो भी गंभीर रूप से घायल हुई। लेकिन सवाल ये उठता है कि सरकार की तैयारियां, सरकार की प्रिपरेशंस आखिर क्या थी। दिल्ली के अंदर इस वक्त मेरी आईटीओ पर मौजूदगी है, सबसे व्यस्त, सबसे ज्यादा ट्रैफिक वाला ये पूरा एरिया है। और अमूमन अगर बात की जाए तो आज 14 अगस्त है, कल इंडिपेंडेंस डे है, लेकिन उससे पहले यहाँ पर तमाम जो शॉप्स हैं, ऑफिस है, वो पूरी तरीके से सील कर दिया गया। लेकिन जब बारिश आज सुबह हुई तो आप सड़कों पर नजारा आप देख सकते हैं। अपने कैमरामैन से कहूंगा कि दिखाएं कि आईटीओ की ये तस्वीर है, जहां पर किस तरीके से यहाँ पर जल भराव जो है वो हुआ था। और इस पानी को निकालने के लिए बाकायदा सिविक एजेंसीज की तरफ से 2 बड़े बड़े जो वाटर्स को निकालने के लिए ट्रैक्टर्स, ट्रॉली जो है वो लगाए गए थे, पंप्स लगाए गए हैं। और यही आलम जो है वो दिल्ली के हर हिस्से के अंदर आईटीओ पर 3 से 4 इस तरीके के वाटर पंप्स जो है वो दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से लगाए गए हैं, ताकि पानी जब भरे सड़कों पर तो उनको डाइवर्ट किया जाए दूसरे बड़े ड्रेन्स में, ताकि वाटर लॉगिंग ना हो। लेकिन बावजूद उसके सरकार के जितने भी इंतजाम है, जितने भी व्यवस्थाएं सरकार की तरफ से की गई थी, वो पूरी तरीके से नाकाम जो है वो नजर आई। कई हिस्सों के अंदर जमकर वाटर लॉगिंग हुई, चाहे वो कालका जी इलाका हो, जाकिर हुसैन जो कॉलेज है उसके पास की रोड हो, आईटीओ पर भी जो है वो वाटर लॉगिंग हुई। कुछ हिस्से के अंदर लगभग 200 मीटर का आसपास का ये पूरा हिस्सा था, जहां पर ट्रैफिक की मूवमेंट सबसे ज्यादा रहती है, उस हिस्से में वाटर लॉगिंग हुई। हालांकि उससे पीछे के अगर हिस्से की बात करें तो यहाँ पर सरकार की तरफ से नए डेवलपमेंट्स जो है वो किए गए थे। फुटपाथ जो है वो बनाया गया था, नालों की सफाई की गई थी, उस हिस्से में पानी जो है वो जमा नहीं हुआ। लेकिन जहां पर ट्रैफिक की मूवमेंट ज्यादा रहती है, वहां पर काफी ज्यादा ट्रैफिक जाम जो है वो देखने को मिला। इसके साथ साथ वाटर लॉगिंग भी जो है वो देखने को मिली। इसके अलावा जो लुटियंस जोन का इलाका है, उस हिस्से में भी कई हिस्सों में जो है वो वाटर लॉगिंग जमकर देखने को मिली। लेकिन इन तमाम इंतजामों के बाद भी एक शख्स की दिल्ली के अंदर जो है वो जान चली गई, क्योंकि सिविक एजेंसीज पूरी तरीके से तैयार शायद नहीं थी। यही वजह थी जिसके कारण एक सड़क पे बीचों बीच जो पेड़ था वो गिरता है और एक शख्स की जान चली जाती है।
All right, Sushant, stay on. Let me also cut across to Aishwarya, who is standing live in Nizamuddin. Aishwarya, a quick word from you on how it was in the morning. Of course, the rains have begun to recede now, and what is the situation like?
Well, let me tell you, Sursha, we did see a lot of places, especially those places which usually do not get inundated. All of them were being waterlogged in the morning. But let me tell you, the government was swift this time, and we did see the pumps working at several places. In Nizamuddin, at the moment, we do not see waterlogging. But yes, what we really see is a little bit of a traffic jam, traffic moving rather slowly. So those are the images that I can show you from Nizamuddin. And this also has been one of the areas where we have seen the traffic moving slowly. And that's exactly what we are bringing to you at the moment. The waterlogging, however, we do not see any waterlogging near Nizamuddin. And also, let me tell you, the traffic police personnel that you are seeing there at a lot of places, the traffic police personnel have now, they are standing here, all of them now making sure that the traffic starts moving slowly. But yes, in and around this very famous place, Sundar Nursery, barely 50 meters away from where I'm standing, but the traffic still moving rather slowly. And let me tell you, in the next half an hour or so, when the traffic will peak, we will see, this entire area being locked jammed, not because of water, but because of slow movement of traffic. Suesha.
All right, Aishwarya, many thanks for getting us those details. Let me also cut to Neeraj Vashisht, who's joining us from Gurugram. And Neeraj, the story in Gurugram is no different. It is exactly like this year on year, called Sikhi City for a reason. And this morning again, we saw waterlogged streets, commuters facing a lot of difficulty, and the drainage issue that continues to be a problem.
बिल्कुल, देखिए 2016 में महाजाम लगा था और महाजाम के बाद से लेकर अब 2025 तक ड्रेनेज के ऊपर, फ्लाईओवर के ऊपर, अंडरपास के लिए तकरीबन 800 करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा का खर्च प्रदेश सरकार, जिला प्रशासन कर चुका है। लेकिन इसके बाद साल दर साल जिस तरह से बरसाती पानी से निपटने में ये तमाम चीजें नाकाफी साबित हो रही हैं, अपने आप में कई बड़े सवाल जरूर हैं आधिकारिक रवैये के ऊपर, आधिकारिक प्लानिंग के ऊपर कि किस कदर गुरुग्राम साइबर सिटी को लेकर प्लानिंग की गई थी। इस वक्त मैं गुरुग्राम के सेक्टर 10 में मौजूद हूं। आप देख सकते हैं कि बारिश बंद हुए, सुबह बारिश जरूर थी, तेज बारिश थी, मूसलाधार बारिश थी, लेकिन इस बारिश को बंद हुए भी 4 से 5 घंटे का वक्त हो चला है और आप अभी भी रोड के ऊपर दूर तक वाटर लॉगिंग देख सकते हैं। 1.5 से 2 फुट का ये पानी का पैच आप देख सकते हैं और ये सिर्फ सामने तक का पैच नहीं है, ये इस रास्ते में जितने भी सेक्टर हैं, सेक्टर के जितने भी रोड हैं यहाँ पे तमाम जगहों पर पानी है, यानी ड्रेनेज की कहीं ना कहीं बड़ी समस्या है। और इस ड्रेनेज को लेकर जब अधिकारियों से या फिर कैबिनेट स्तर के मंत्री से हमने सवाल किया, तो उनका सवाल साफ तौर से जवाब था कि बारिश होती है लेकिन एक आध घंटे में ही पानी गुड़गांव की सड़कों से ड्रेनेज के मार्फत निकल जाता है। लेकिन अभी 4 से 5 घंटे हो चले हैं और गुरुग्राम के सेक्टर 10 रोड पर मैं मौजूद हूं, जहां पे अभी भी 1.5 से 2 फीट पानी कहीं ना कहीं जो प्रदेश सरकार की कार्यशैली है, जो प्लानिंग है, उस पर गंभीर सवाल जरूर खड़े कर रहा है। जी
All right, Neeraj, thank you for getting us those details. In fact, I'd also like to welcome Professor Gurfran Beg. He is the founder, project director of SAFAR and chair professor NIAS. Mr. Beg, thank you. Dr. Beg, rather, thank you so much for speaking to India Today this evening. Sir, I really want to understand from you, what is the phenomena that we continue to witness, especially when we are talking about the Delhi NCR, because this year, there wasn't even a proper summer. It has been a prolonged monsoon and a clear impact of the climate change that we continue to see, that we continue to talk about. But what is it that we need to brace ourselves for?
Yeah, in fact, this is what is going to be frequently, whether you talk about weather, you talk about air quality or anything, the erratic, unusual events which are happening. But this is one of the things that there is erratic rain and other things. But what we are feeling much more is that hydrological, because there is no drainage related issue. Drainage for the city, it was not very heavy rain, it was not a cloudbuster which has happened, but you see the kind of a catastrophe and then waterlogging and all this is happening. This is all happening because there is no proper drainage, and that is the reason that hydrological work where the plastics and all those used, those are the things which I think we need to work very seriously. Implementation has to be in a war footing. Unless that is done, otherwise, the terrestrial rain, this kind of thing, rain used to be there earlier also, but such kind of a waterlogging and such kind of a problem never used to be there. So it is a combination of two factors. Number one, that climate, because of the climate change, things are getting extremes and then unusual, and it will come without any notice much. For example, today there was a forecast for a moderate rain, but then suddenly it became a red alert and then now orange alert. And the second thing is that our drainage system is choking. And Delhi is being a landlocked city, it is really vulnerable to all these kind of changes, which is going to take a maximum heat.
If you really break it down between Delhi and Gurugram and Noida, for example, because when it is the NCR we talk about, they also have high rises. Delhi does not have that. And urban planning, that is particularly being questioned in the past few years, given the fact that the number of roads that are plying, the number of cars that are plying on the road have massively increased over the last decade. There is a lot more pressure when it comes to urban living, and with the way people are having to put up with these circumstances. How is it that the government needs to have a more macro approach and a more concrete micro approach?
See, this is what exactly the town planning and a proper master planning is required. But then this is a secondary thing, I will tell you. But the very first thing is this, that there should be enough drainage systems. There should, whatever the drainages which has been choked, that need to be cleaned, and the water flow should be very, very proper. Otherwise, this is a landlocked city. Now you will see that similarly what is happening in Delhi, other places it is not happening in a surrounding region, although the rain speed is the same. So it is not only the rain which is making a problem, but it is a unplanned, unsystematic way of dealing and then not getting prepared for this kind of a catastrophes.
All right, Dr. Beg, I want to thank you for speaking to India Today this evening. And of course, it has been a difficult day. In fact, not just about today. but several weeks that this issue has been ongoing. And the fact that there doesn't seem to be a larger solution in place, given how infrastructure takes a hit, and then of course the common man that has to bear the brunt of it. Thank you, like I said, for speaking to India Today, because we saw what happened in Kalkaji. We saw what a biker who lost his life, and such incidents that have been reported. Meanwhile, we cut across to more breaking news coming in. Alright, so the news that is just coming in from Kishwar of another cloudburst that has been reported. In fact, the death toll that has now risen to 33. Bodies of 2 CISF personnel have also been recovered. Over 120 people who have been reported injured in the Kishwar cloudburst, where the situation is certainly looking grim. A joint rescue operation that is being conducted by the SDRF, NDRF, Army and the Indian Air Force. In fact, against all odds, where they are trying to rescue as many people as possible, but many who are still feared trapped. And let me also cut across to Sunil Ji, who's joining us live with what the situation is like on the ground. Unfortunately, the death toll that has risen to 33.
Tragic news is coming from the far-flung Kishtwar district of Jammu and Kashmir. There has been a cloudburst today, but now we are getting even more terrible news that death toll could increase. As of now, our sources in the administration have told us that over 30 bodies have been recovered from the rubble, and more than 100 people are injured. They have been referred to different hospitals in subdivision hospital Padar as well as in the district hospital Kishtwar. But more than 30 among the injured are very critical. Indian Air Force choppers are also on standby since the weather is very inclement. That's why choppers can't take off. But as of now, the local police teams are there on the spot as well as the local residents. They are carrying out the rescue operation. Teams from the NDRF, SDRF are also on their way. But since there are landslides on the highway, so that is why the teams have not been able to reach the spot as of now. Road connectivity is being restored, but the situation looks very grim because many people are missing and the authorities are on their job. They are trying to send more and more rescue teams. The rescue teams are also trying their level best to reach the spot as soon as possible, but situation seems to be very bad as weather is very inclement. It has been raining there continuously since last night, and there have been landslides as well as shooting stones at many places on the highway. So the authorities have their task cut out. They have to clear the debris, they have to restore the road movement, and only then the rescue teams can reach the spot. But somehow the local police and the local residents and the local officials have been able to rescue some people, and many people are injured. As I said, that over 100 people are injured. They have been taken to different hospitals, to subdivision hospital Padar as well as district hospital Kishtwar. The authorities are on their job, but this is a major tragedy that has occurred in the far-flung Kishtwar district of Jammu and Kashmir. The terrain is very challenging. It's a hilly area, and there was a pilgrimage that was taking place. There is shrine of Machel Mata, and these days the annual yatra was on, and hundreds of pilgrims were camping at this particular site where this cloud burst occurred. There were langar committees who had set up their sheds and tents. What we are learning from our sources in the security establishment as well as in the district administration, they are telling us that these tents have been washed away, and it's going to take time before this rescue operation can be called off. As of now, as we are talking, the rescue teams are still on their way. The specialized rescue teams haven't even reached the spot yet, but the local police, local residents and the local officials on ground are trying their level best to rescue as many as people as possible. But unfortunately, as of now, tragic news has come, terrible news has come. Over 30 people have been killed, over 30 bodies have been recovered, and more than 100 people are injured in this tragedy.
Oh yes, extremely unfortunate that this news is coming in just last week, Uttarakhand, and today, we hear what happened in Kishtwar and, of course, Himachal Pradesh, where, again, so many lives at risk. But to really understand how what is the status of the rescue operations, it is a joint operation that is being conducted by the NDRF, SDRF, Army and the Indian Air Force. And while we understand that there is advanced technology that is used these days, especially to be able to minimize the risks for the rescue personnel and also to be able to ensure in better ways to remove those who are trapped. But the weather that causes its own set of challenges, how is that turning out?
As I said, the weather is inclement. It's raining there right now, and as per the Met Department, it's going to rain in the coming days also. So, terrain is a major challenge. Weather is also very challenging, and that is why Indian Air Force choppers are on standby. They are not able to take off because weather is very bad. And as of now, only the local police, local administration are carrying out the rescue operation. Specialized teams from the NDRF, SDRF are on their way to the cloudburst site, and as soon as they will reach there, they will start their rescue operation. But as of now, what we are learning from our sources in the administration is that over 30 bodies have been recovered, and these are the pilgrims. Most of them are the pilgrims who had come for this religious yatra to Machel Mata shrine, and their identities are also being ascertained. And as many people from other states were also here for this pilgrimage, so the authorities are trying their level best to rescue as many as people as possible, but the rescue teams are still on their way. Road connectivity is being restored. Debris are being cleared on the highway, on the road, because this village, Chishoti, has been cut off due to landslides and shooting stones and flash floods. So it's a very challenging job for the administration. They are on their job. As I said, different teams have been rushed. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has spoken to Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha as well as Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah, and he has sought the report from them. He got a feedback from them about the ground situation, and Home Minister has assured all kind of assistance as far as the rescue operations are concerned. But as I said, that weather is a major hindrance. It's proving to be a major challenge. The weather is inclement, it's raining. There are incidents of shooting stones as well as landslides and flash floods on the road, on the highway. So it has become very challenging for the administration to carry out this rescue operation. What we are learning from our sources is that many people are missing. So the authorities have to also trace the missing people. As of now, more than 30 dead bodies have been recovered from the rubble, and over 100 people are injured. They are being treated at different hospitals. Among the injured, more than 30 people are critically injured, and the efforts are on to send them to specialized hospitals. So it's a massive tragedy that has hit the far-flung Kishtwar district of Jammu and Kashmir. A short while ago, I also spoke to the leader of opposition in Jammu and Kashmir Assembly, Sunil Sharma, who is the local MLA from Padar, and he said that about 1,000 to 1,500 people were present at this particular village when this cloud burst occurred. He has given details that in the hospital people are being treated upon, and administration is trying their level best to send the rescue teams. I will request our producers also if they can run that phono interview with the leader of opposition and the local MLA from Padar. He has given many details about this entire incident. He has said that Home Minister Amit Shah also spoke to him, and he gave details about the ground situation in Padar. Home Minister has assured all kind of assistance, and Union government is also closely monitoring the situation.
Sunilji, I request you to please stay on with us as we continue to get more details from you. In the meanwhile, several responses that have come in from Union Minister Jitendra Singh and NCP Chief Farooq Abdullah. Let's listen to what they've said, after which I come back to you.
There has been a massive cloud burst in the area which he represents, which also happens to be possibly the route of the very popular Bachel Yatra, which takes place over there during this part of the year. And the cloudburst is of a massive scale, which could possibly lead to a substantial casualty, which has not yet been worked out. As immediately we got in touch with the district administration, and the district administration was also at a loss because it had taken everybody by surprise. They have already started moving towards the site, because the site is also difficult as far as the topography and the geographical situation and geographical location is concerned. The rescue teams have already swung into action. Very soon we'll get more details. My office, we are all in touch with each other. But every possible assistance will be provided, whatever required, even including the medical management. And if there are certain injured who need to be shifted out, the administration will also make arrangements of airlifting through the helicopter, which is of course subject to the weather conditions. We'll keep you updated also.
कितने वहाँ पे जख्मी है, अभी मुझे एक साहब ने फ़ोन किया, उन्होंने तो मुझे कहा कि 400 के करीब जख्मी है और फ़ौरन उनको चाहिए कि हेलीकॉप्टर आ सके। किसी की कमर टूटी है, किसी का बाजू, किसी की टांग, हर किस्म की जो है इंजरीज हुई हैं। ये कहना कि फ़ाइनल टोल क्या होगा वो अभी कहना आसान नहीं है, क्योंकि इस वक्त वो सब लगे हुए हैं रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन में। किसी तरह से लोगों को बचाया जाए, उनको सेफ जगहों पर लिया जाए, और हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि ऊपर वाला बचाएगा लोगों को, और हम उम्मीद करें कि डेथ टोल कम हो।
And in fact, it is not just Kishwar, but even Pahalgam, where flash floods had triggered heavy rains, and that impacted all the villages around, so much so that the Battut area in particular, that was massively affected. Thankfully, there have been no casualties that have been reported in Pahalgam, but the water that continues to gush into the residential areas and damage the roads, that has also impacted the connectivity. Let me cut across to Mir Farid, who joins us live with further details of what the situation is like in Pahalgam. Mir.
Well, heavy rains are wreaking havoc across Jammu and Kashmir. Pahalgam is no different. Also Ganderbal in central Kashmir. Both locations witnessing flash floods triggered by heavy rains, cloud bursts. As you rightly said, Battut and Frisland areas are said to be worst affected. Water coming in fact muddy water gushing down the mountains has flown through the villages. Thankfully, no one has been, there has been no damage to life and property. That's the only fortunate bit of news that's coming in. Similarly, if you talk of the Ladakh-Srinagar arterial national highway, it has witnessed flash flood-like situation near Kangan, and also on the higher reaches in Naranag. There have been flash floods, and right now also, as you could be seeing around me, it is raining. It's raining pretty heavily. Met Department has predicted, or in fact given a 6-hour warning of more heavy rain headed towards certain locations. Unfortunately, that also includes Kashtawar, where everyone is hoping that weather clears and choppers can come in so that proper rescue effort is started, because you have NDRF, SDRF teams with equipment on standby waiting to be dispatched or flown into the location, but bad weather is hampering that. Right now, the Met Department has predicted that this weather, this rainy situation is going to continue for at least next 12 to 16 hours. But next 6 hours are critical, considering that very heavy rain is predicted. So flash floods and heavy rain across Jammu and Kashmir, but major damage, devastation in Kashtawar, where a village has been wiped out by flash floods. And unfortunately, it's also the devotees, people who had come for the Mata Matsal Yatra, they have also got stuck, because this village was acting as a kind of base camp where there were tents, langars, and it's not only the villagers, but many yatris also said to be trapped. Death toll is said to be around 33, 220 are missing, 100 are injured, and out of the 100, 37 are said to be critical. Back to you.
All right, Mir, many thanks for getting us the latest.